Greeting viewers, my name is Tidak Bagus Putra Siddhartha as usual. So today I want to make a presentation. We will talk about metallurgy. In this chapter we will talk about non-ferrous metal, a variety of possibility. So for the book reference, I use the Metallurgy for the Non-Metallurgists, the second edition that has been edited by Arthur C. Riordan. Okay, for this main subject, we will talk about light metals, corrosion-resistant alloy, superalloy, refractory metals, low melting point metals, reactive metals, precious metals, rare earth metals, metalloids, and special purpose metal. And so we talk about the non-ferrous metal, a variety of possibility. Compared with their steel counterpart, non-ferrous metal and alloy are notable in their number and in the diversity of their properties. Many non-ferrous elements do double duty as important alloying agent for both steel and non-ferrous metals. For example, virtually all steel contains small amount of manganese, which is used mainly to control and in some cases counteract the unreversible effect of sulfur and to aid in achieving hardenability requirement. So in the first chapter, we will talk about the light metal such as aluminum, beryllium, magnesium, and titanium. So high strength, lightweight alloy are of great importance in engineering application for use in land, sea, air, and space transportation. 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of metal saved in the design and construction of such a system can result in important weight saving in power plants, transmission system, and in total fuel requirement. There is a strong demand for high-strength, lightweight metal and alloy. So these four metal and their alloy comprise the bulk of the high strength to weight ratio metallic material used in industrial system. Aluminium is the most versatile of this material and titanium is the most corrosion resistant, while beryllium has the highest modulus and magnesium has the lowest density. So these four metal including aluminium as a light metal, beryllium, magnesium, and titanium. Aluminium has the density of only 2.7 gram per centimeter cube, or it is a 0.1 pound per inch, resulting in a weight that is approximately one-third that of the same volume of steel, copper, or brass. Such a lightweight, coupled with the high strength of certain grades of aluminum alloy exceeding the strength of some structural steel, permits the design and construction of strong, lightweight structures. Aerospace structures are a primary example of this. Beryllium is a high-strength, lightweight metal that is finely used as a structural material in aerospace vehicles. The density of beryllium is only 1.85 gram per centimeter cubic, or it is a 0.066 pound per inch cubic. This low density coupled with high strength give beryllium an outstanding strength to weight ratio. Additionally, beryllium maintains in strength up to temperature of approximately 1100 Fahrenheit. So next we will talk about the magnesium. It has long been recognized as the lightest structural metal. Structural application including industrial, material handling, commercial, and aerospace equipment. In industrial machinery such as a textile and printing machine, magnesium alloy are used for parts that operate at high speed and thus must be lightweight to minimize inertial force. Last one is titanium is another low-density element approximately in 60% of the density of steel that can be readily strengthened by alloying and deformation processing. Like steel, it is allotropic. Historically, titanium alloy have been used instead of iron or nickel alloy in aerospace application because the titanium saves weight in highly loaded components that operate at low, moderately elevated temperature. So this is the table that has density and elastic modulus of important light metal. So as you can see, the magnesium has the 1.74 of density and the 44.8 modulus of elasticity. That if you compare it with beryllium, it has a 1.85 of density and 30.3 modulus of elasticity. So as you can see in this picture, you can compare it by yourself. Then let's talk about the corrosion resistant alloy. Non-ferrous metal and alloy are widely used in corrosive environment. At one end of the spectrum, they are used for water piping and food preparation. At the other end, they are vital to operation of many chemical plants dealing with aggressive acid and alkalis. There are two main reasons why non-ferrous metal are preferred over steel and stainless steel for many of these applications. Variety of non-ferrous metal and alloys that are well suited to this type of application due to their desirable physical and mechanical properties. For example, a high strength to weight ratio or high thermal and electrical conductivity may provide a distinct advantage over a ferrous alloy. Second, many of the non-ferrous metal and alloy possess much higher resistance to corrosion than available alloy steel and stainless steel grades. For common non-ferrous metal used for their well-documented corrosion-resistant properties are copper, nickel, titanium, and aluminum. We will talk about cobalt. Is used as an alloying element in alloy for various applications, such as a historical. Many of the commercial cobalt alloy are delivered from the COCRW and COCRMO that Morris first investigated in the early 20th century by Elwood Haynes. He discovered the high strength and stainless nature of binary cobalt chromium alloy and first patent cobalt chromium alloy in 1907. Copper and tin alloy, or it of bronze, have had important applications since antiquity today. The term bronze is also used to describe copper alloy that contain considerably less tin than other alloying elements such as a manganese bronze and leaded tin bronze. The generic term bronze also to copper-based alloy containing no tin, such as aluminum bronze, silicon bronze, and beryllium bronze. Corrosion-resistant alloy. Nickels. Alloy are very important to industry that deal with aggressive chemical and high temperature conditions. Many of the nickel alloy designed to resist aqueous corrosion possess higher resistance to hydraulic and chloride-induced phenomena, including pitting, corrosive attack, and SCC, than the stainless steel. Nickel alloy are also among the few metallic materials able to cope with hot hydrofluoric acid, titanium, and its alloy are part of a larger family of material known as a reactive metal. All of these reactive metal, notably titanium, zirconium, niobium, and tantalum, benefit from highly protective oxide film. As a result, their corrosion rates are extremely low in many environments. The excellent corrosion resistance results from the formation of a very stable, continuous, highly adherent, and protective surface oxide film. Aluminum is like a titanium. Aluminum and its alloy are protected from many potential corrosive environment by oxide film that form readily off freshly exposed surface. Aluminum has high resistance to corrosion in atmosphere environment, and in many industry, aluminum has especially good resistance to corrosion by weathering due to in large part to formation of the at a aluminum 2O3 film that form a natural protective film or paint on the metal surface. Superalloy. Superalloy are a group of nickel-based, cobalt-based, and iron-nickel-based alloy that exhibit outstanding strength and surface stability at temperature up to 85% of their melting point. Superalloy are generally used at temperatures above 540 Celsius degree or even 1000 degree Fahrenheit. They were initially developed for use in aircraft piston engine, turbocharged current applications including aircraft gas turbine, disk combustion chamber, bolt chasing shaft, exhaust system, chase blades, furnace, burner cans, afterburner, thrust reversers. Superalloy. Nickel-based superalloy currently constitute over 50% of the weight of advanced aircraft engines. Turbine disk components are a major application. Powder metallurgy processing of superalloy has proven to be a very repeatable and cost-effective method of production. Cobalt superalloy. Virtually all cobalt-based superalloy are alloyed with a nickel in order to stabilize the FCC structure between room temperature and the solidus temperature of the alloy. Unlike other superalloy, ground cobalt-based alloy are not strained by coherent order parasites. Rather, they are characterized by solid solution strength of static or FCC matrix in which a small quantity of carbide is a distributed. Case cobalt alloy rely on a carbide strengthening to much a greater extent. So this is the picture of the turbine disk component. Moving to the next chapter, we will talk about the refractory metal. This family has 5 members, including the niobium, also referred to as a columbium, titanium, molybdenum, tungsten, and rhenium. With the exception of 2 platinum group metal, osmium and indium refractory metal have the highest melting temperature of all metal. Molybdenum or Mo has the relatively higher melting temperature of 2600 10 degrees Celsius, or it is a 4730 degree Fahrenheit, along with a high modulus, good grip strength, and the retention of mechanical properties at high temperature. Niobium or Nb, in addition to its high melting point, niobium is used for its combination of relatively light weight and retention of high strength at surface temperature ranging from the 980 to 1205 degrees Celsius, or it 1800 to 2200 degree Fahrenheit. Niobium alloy are also used to impede the neutron in nuclear applications. Refractory metals. Rhenium or Re. The properties of rhenium are generally similar to those of molybdenum and tungsten. Its melting temperature of 3180 degrees Celsius, or 5756 degrees Fahrenheit, is the second highest among different refractory metals. Pure rhenium combines superior room temperature ductility with good high temperature strength. Tantalum or Ta has a melting point of 2996 Celsius degree, or 5425 Fahrenheit degree, and high resistant to corrosion, including corrosion in body fluid. The largest use for tantalum is as a folder in anodes for electronic capacitor, device that store electrical charge when voltage is applied. Another important use is in prosthetic device and surgical staples. Tungsten, an extremely dense metal, is an excellent alloying agent. The major use of tungsten is in cemented carbide, metal cutting tools, and wear-resistant material. In this material, hard carbide particles are bound together or cemented by a soft and ductile metal binder, such as a cobalt or nickel. Low melting point tungsten. Bismuth is a brittle is to cast and not readily formed by a standard working method. Its melting point of 183 Celsius degree to 360 Fahrenheit degree is lower than that of tin lead solder. Bismuth is one of the few metals to increase in volume upon the solidification. It is a diamagnetic or slightly repelled by magnetic fields and has a low capture cross-section for thermal neutron. Indium is one of the softest metals, easily stretched and highly plastic. It can be deformed in compression almost within limit. It melts at 156.2 Celsius degree or 313.1 Fahrenheit degree, has low tensile strength and hardness, and is stable in dry air at room temperature. It is neither a toxin nor a skin irritant. Lead. The properties of lead: high density, low melting point, corrosion resistant, malleability, unusual electrical properties, and the ability to form useful alloy and chemical compound combined with a readily available form and relative low cost make it a unique material property of problem. Tin, one of the first metal known to human, is non-toxic, soft and pliable, and suitable for cold rolling. Tin resists corrosion, making it an ideal coating for the other metal. Tin has a low coefficient of friction, and the addition of alloying elements such as copper, antimony, bismuth, cadmium, and silver increase its hardness. Representative uses including foil for wrapping food, wire, pipe, collapsible tubbing for toothpaste, and cans. Alloy including pewter, a tin-based alloy containing antimony and silver, and bearing material. Zinc has a relatively low melting point of 419 Celsius degree or 787 Fahrenheit. Resists corrosion, inductile and malleable, and highly soluble in copper. As a coating, zinc provides corrosion protection for iron and steel. It is widely used in a die casting part for autos, household appliances, computer equipment, and builder hardware. Brass alloy are produced by mixing zinc up to 33% with a copper. Rolled raw zinc is used in products ranging from a cell for dry batteries to downspout. Reactive metal. Reactive metals readily combine with the oxygen at elevated temperature to form a very stable oxide. Reactive metals are extremely noble because of their passive film. However, they may become embrittled by the interstitial absorption of oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Hydrofluoric or HF acid rapidly attack reactive metals such as niobium, tantalum, zirconium, and titanium, either as a pure or alloy metal. As low as 1 or 2% reactive metal in stainless or nickel alloy reduce their corrosion resistance to HI or hydrofluoric. Beryllium, titanium, niobium, tantalum, hafnium, and zirconium are considered reactive metal. Of this metal, beryllium and titanium are low-density metal and are often used for alloy in light structural application. As previously noted, niobium and tantalum have high melting point and also classified as refractory metals. Hafnium and zirconium are similar in terms of mechanical properties, such as resistance to corrosion in nuclear environment at high strength. Nonetheless, there are two significant differences. Hafnium is not as ductile as easy work, while the ductility of zirconium is similar to stainless steel and allow fabrication with common shop equipment. Zirconium and hafnium are used in water-cooled nuclear reactor, but they serve different functions. Zirconium allows passage to thermal neutron, while hafnium impedes their passage. It is also used in a nuclear control rods as a neutron-absorbing material. However, the greatest usage of hafnium is as an alloying element for superalloy. The primary application of zirconium is in the construction operation of nuclear reactors generally as a reading and for structural element. The reactor bread must be free of cadmium because thermal neutron, while zirconium allows their passage. Zirconium is used in chemical equipment and also in a flash books. Precious metal. 8 metals are in this family. 2 of them, gold and silver, require little or no introduction. Not as well known are the 6 platinum group metals, which commonly occur together in nature: platinum, palladium, iridium, rhodium, ruthenium, and osmium. Gold is extremely soft, ductile, and easy of deform. Chemically pure gold is 99% pure, and higher purity is commercially available. Silver, platinum group metal are expensive and scarce. Rare earth metal. 17 rare earth make up a closely related group of highly reactive metal. It is a scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, and etc. Metalloid or semi-metal. These are some elements that act as under some circumstances and act like a non-metal under different circumstances. These are now called semi-metal, but have been called a metalloid. Like metal, this element tends to semiconductor. Silicon is an important example. Other examples including boron, gallium, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium, and astatine. Special purpose metal and alloy. Uranium, vanadium, magnetic material are broadly classified into 2 groups with either hard or soft magnetic characteristic. Soft magnetic material become magnetized by relatively low strength magnetic field, and when the applied field is removed, they return to state relatively low magnetism. Special purpose metal and alloy. Electrical contact material, this thermocouple material, low expansion alloy, shape memory alloy, fusible alloy. Okay, that's all for the special purpose metal alloy. Okay guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.